Hello everyone and welcome to our Mortal Kombat 12 roster predictions. We've been loving Mortal Kombat ever since the first one, and here we are back now for Mortal Kombat 12.
Say that again. My brother played the first Mortal Kombat and is obsessed with them, and when I was born he just showed me all of them. I remember playing them on PlayStation 2, Deadly Alliance, Armageddon. Bro, I literally showed you the intro to Armageddon 2 days ago. It's amazing. Mortal Kombat is just one of those fighting games that is everlasting with an amazing cast of characters. I played Mortal Kombat 11 when it came out. We both have, as you can see on screen, as we fighting a lot recently, of working so much together, so we decided to take it out on Mortal Kombat, to say the least.
That's the thing. You can get very lost in the Mortal Kombat story and Mortal Kombat's fights. It is so well known nowadays, and we have people that just show up as DLC. We have people that you never thought would ever be in Mortal Kombat games. Most recently, Rambo, RoboCop, Joker. You never think these people are jumping in, but they do, and they make a huge force. We also have had so many horror movie characters. We're horror movie buffs, but we also are big Mortal Kombat fans. So we decided to pull back the curtain and give our predictions on the roster for the 12th installment.
Exactly. We have some assumptions. Again, we've been fans of the series for quite some time, so we have some characters that we really like to see come back. But before we get into all of that, just the future of Mortal Kombat 12, Matthew, it just looks insane. From Mortal Kombat 11, I know we're going to talk about the roster that is Mortal Kombat 11, who we think is going to be returning, but just with that, Sonya Blade died. We had Liu Kang become evil. Liu Kang becoming the new Raiden giving up his powers. The future for Mortal Kombat 12, this game is going to be crazy, and I know when it comes out, we're most definitely going to be playing that, and you're most definitely going to see that here on this channel.
And with that being said, on this channel, we do so much content, from predictions to reviews to everything in between, with films, reactions, and so much more. So, if you guys like what we do, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe here on the MoreMadViews channel. And don't forget to go downstairs, yes, down in the description, to hit all our social media platforms. We are always on there. We are more than likely going to be doing a lot more with MoreMadViews as time progresses, but you guys need to see what's going to happen there by clicking all the social medias down below.
Exactly. We encourage commenting. We encourage you guys to put in your input. Please, please, please. We love to hear back from the fans, and please share it so we can hear your friends' input too. We encourage it. But Matthew, Mortal Kombat 11, the roster. Let's talk about it. Shang Tsung. Do you think he's someone that could be coming back into the game, and who else do you think could be coming back?
Well, Shang Tsung for sure, I think, is a staple now in the Mortal Kombat universe. We've seen him kind of always be around, and the Soul Sucker himself, right? Soul Sucker himself. I think honestly, yes, we'll see Shang Tsung return. And that's the thing, we think he's dead, we think he's not dead. He's always somehow always there, no matter what. And now with the movie installments, I think is a must.
So you think his return is inevitable?
Indeed I do. Nice. And when it comes to other characters that I think will be coming back, if we go through, as you're seeing right now what we're doing in regards to Mortal Kombat 11, and going through the roster of who may return, who may not return, I think if we have a one, we gotta have the other. You gotta have Shao Kahn too. Even though he did pass, I do feel like there is a staple as DLC or something like that. You can definitely see Shao Kahn returning, but in regards to the next installment, in regards to Mortal Kombat 12, I don't know if that's when he will be returning. So we get the flip side here. I think Shao Kahn will not be returning, but Shang Tsung will.
That's it. He's one of those characters that died, and I don't know if they're gonna revive him, if they're gonna bring him back. We've seen him in multiple games. Maybe there's something new they're gonna come up with him, and maybe he's getting stale. They want to keep him to the shelf. I don't think they're gonna bring Shao Kahn back, but if they do, that would be great. Mortal Kombat 12, they haven't really announced if this is gonna be the biggest roster yet. We don't exactly know, so again, this is just off speculation. If they plan on making it the biggest roster, I definitely think Shao Kahn will be there. But if they're being picky, which we're assuming they are, I would say, I think they're going to keep Homie dead. But someone I don't really care to see in the series, even two people, I'll even say, is Frost and Nightwolf. Personally, Nightwolf, I think they completely fucked up in Mortal Kombat 11. His fatality, including a bear, to me is literally I don't want to talk about it. His name is Wolf. I mean, I get the adding animals. He has two. None of them include a wolf. I'm just saying. Like, I have... I don't know, man. Like, if a kid was playing this game, his intellect would go by, like, he'd start to hit the negatives.
That's my thing. When you think about old school Mortal Kombat, and you know Nightwolf was a part of that old school regiment, I like that they brought him back. Do I feel like they're going to bring him back in the following one? No. I feel like we're going to see some more legacy characters, but we'll get to that soon, guys. But I cannot see nor Frost nor Nightwolf in it.
No, this isn't Mortal Kombat versus DC, man.
Well, of course not. We don't talk about that one. But talking about DC, Joker, I also cannot see returning either. I feel like a lot of these characters are one and done, or potentially pass like that one-time deal that they had to promote something else. Same thing with Spawn, and same thing with Rambo and RoboCop. You know, a lot of the people who are DLCs, there's a reason why they're DLCs, and I know they're not going to be returning, so we'll cut that off now at this head.
Yeah. From here on out, we're just going to skip those characters. But some of you don't want to skip because you might just end up punching you in the dick as the man himself with the cool-ass glasses, Mr. Johnny Cage. Do you think Matthew is going to return? I don't remember in Mortal Kombat 11 if he died or not.
Of course he is, because we're going to be seeing him in the next Mortal Kombat movie, so I know that we're going to see him definitely in Mortal Kombat 12.
That is a good point. I didn't even think about the movies when it comes to this.
And with Mortal Kombat 12... and everything that was happening with Sonya, obviously we know she's dead. I don't think they're going to bring her back. But my question is, are we going to have a bit of a daughter situation happening again? Are we going to have her daughter, Cassie, come back?
Return? You think Cassie gonna come back? I think she's gonna come back. I think she's gonna come back with like a new, harder attitude. You know, Miss Cassie Cage is gonna be a little bit cooler. I think most definitely they're gonna want to pay attention to the legacy of Mortal Kombat. And what's the legacy if it's not the future? The future is always what's important. That's what's gonna continue your legacy. You kill them all, and Cassie now is gonna become so much more of a stronger character and someone who is the opposite of what Cassie is. Another father figure in the series, a legacy character, Mr. Jackson Briggs, Jax himself for short, the man with the robotic arms. Obviously, they're gonna make him come back.
Of course, you need to, right? But my question,
he literally came back.
My question is, though, he was killed in the Mortal Kombat, not the game, but he was killed in the, the movie. Will they just play to the movie? It's a possibility. But if that is the case, are we also going to have that type of legacy go over in the Briggs household, and are we going to have Jackie Briggs return? That's the question.
Ooh. See, that's the thing, Matthew, is I do not remember that from the Mortal Kombat movie. Now that it's on Netflix, maybe we should watch it.
Let us know if you guys want to see it.
But you know who's someone I really, really want to see?
Who?
Scorpion. That man is, and I don't even think we even need to talk
we don't even need to talk about Scorpion, and we don't even need to talk about Sub-Zero, because these are the two staples of Mortal Kombat. These two will be in every installment, because why? Because they're just iconic that way. We're gonna
They'll probably be the trailer.
Oh, of course, 100%. I can already see it. Grandmaster versus Hellfire again. We're gonna have those two battle it out. But my thing is, when we look into the middle of these people and see those legacy characters, or those characters that we tend to see come up very often, but not always there. But I'm so glad that he is in this game. Baraka. Do you believe Baraka it will be returning into Mortal Kombat 12?
Baraka's one of them. That is, I'm pretty sure Baraka died in Mortal Kombat 11 too, if I'm correct. I'm not exactly sure. But with Baraka's, I would really like to see him come back, but do something different with him. Because Baraka's really cool. You could do so much more with Baraka, and like I hope they kind of like reach a level where they unlock something new in Baraka. But Matthew, I'm kind of hurt momentarily because you skipped over my motherfucking goat, new motherfucking Cyborg.
Of course I
Just
did.
very casual.
Of course I did.
I don't know why you would do that.
I think we need to talk about another person that would be coming in if we have Noob Saibot return.
Oh.
And that is my first new prediction.
But you want to get to that is what you
exactly.
mean. Because
so
we'll
return back to Noob Saibot. But I do believe Noob Saibot will be returning, though. I do believe that.
But please don't disrespect my Darth Vader, Darth Lord Almighty himself, please, sir.
I will never.
Noob Saibot is the motherfucking goat for no reason. Fun fact, if you did not know, his name is Ed Boon, Noob, and Tobias, I don't remember his last name, Saibot, the two creators of Mortal Kombat's names reversed. Noob Saibot, Tobias, Boon. Fun facts. But another fun fact, I don't think Raiden will return either.
Raiden, I believe, has now been someone who's passed the torch on to Liu Kang. Therefore, I think, again, it might be a legacy character that we may have return only because it might be an older type Raiden that we've already seen before. But I can't see him being a part of the main, roster. And again, this is a character that's been there since the beginning. So it'll be weird to see Raiden not there, but there's a possibility we do not see him in Mortal Kombat 12.
I think maybe he'll show up as something I'll mention later, but I don't think maybe he'll be in the story and just not playable, or maybe he'll be playable, but like as like, oh, you can play as Raiden, but it's because like for memory, it's not like because he's in the story, it's gonna be different, but you can just play as him because like he's a playable, like he's just a character, but he doesn't have these powers.
It may be that.
Maybe there's a mortal side to Raiden we get, because it's a video game, you know. We get different things compared to the story, to the roster.
From that for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see Spawn show up in the Mortal Kombat 11 story casually.
But you know who we did see, and it was a pretty big staple in it actually, and the movie. Kano. Do you think Kano will be coming back into Mortal Kombat 12?
Of course, that's my fucking dude. I don't know why they keep killing him off, personally, because I know he died in Mortal Kombat 11. That shit hurts, bro. He was a good character. They kill a lot of people in that movie. Like, I get it. I respect it, though. Like, everyone can die. That's Mortal Kombat's, like, motto. But I really like Kano, and I hope he does come back. Like, he's a very fun character. Oh, he did die in the He died in the movie, too. He died everywhere, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. But the good part about it is, with Mortal Kombat, is anyone actually ever dead? Because last time I checked, Cabal was dead.
Yeah, that's true. Cabal died like
and he came back. Do you think he'll be coming back in Mortal Kombat 12?
With this death theory, because my whole thing with Shao Kahn is I don't think he's going to come back because he's dead. Do I want Shao Kahn to come back either? No. I don't really like Shao Kahn personally. That's just a personal thing. I like Kano, so dead or not, I'd like him to come back. Cabal? He's like, I like him, he's cool, he runs fast, he has sickles and shit. But
I can personally see both Kano and Cabal returning. I feel like Kano, again, is one of those staples, and Cabal, everyone loves doing his dash. That it almost becomes something that you would need to, I think, continuously have in the game, just for a different type of atmosphere, you know?
And the thing is, too, is we're not going to be getting Revenant Cabal either at this point. We're going to be getting a more of a human Cabal, hopefully. We don't know. We don't know what they're planning on doing.
But speak about human and fighters. We have 3 characters here. Actually, we have 4 characters here that are all staples. One has just returned. Do you think these next 4, that being Liu Kang, Katana, And of course, your swinging hats.
One of my mains, Noob Saibot and Kung Lao, my two mains in Mortal Kombat 11, by the way. Sorry, just fun facts. Here are fun facts.
So speak about Kung Lao. He is a god. And I think Kung Lao will be returning, especially with how everything ended.
I hope so.
But of course, we need to have these staples, right? Kung Lao, almost like a brother figure to now this huge Liu Kang. Of course, Liu Kang needs to return because of everything that happened in 11. It would be weird for him not
like
to return.
The new Raiden, like he's god form now. Like Liu Kang has became that dude finally. Like he's actually like. He's literally made it. Like he did it. Like I think it's crazy. Like we've seen like the full circle of his whole story, and we're literally getting to like watch it and play it. And I think that's really fun. Like this dude died and was a zombie, came back and is now a god. Like this is a crazy fucking universe for one. Like there's dragon people. There's like, I could go on how crazy the universe is, but like watching Liu Kang's story finally like go full force and like amaze. Is great, and I cannot wait to see what they do with him, and I cannot wait to see him return as that motherfucking like Lord Liu Kang.
And you
Katana though?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This is a goddess now, bro. Right by his side. That's his boo.
Yeah, like that's like as you see here in the Mortal Kombat 11 like screen, like bro, like the character selection screen, like they're side by side for a reason, right dead in the middle, but they're like together, bro. Like, that's just love right there.
There are staples in Mortal Kombat, and these guys definitely are part of them that I don't think will ever not be a part of the game. I also said that about Raiden, but again, I think Raiden's gonna somehow play a factor into the game.
Raiden passed that torch, man.
Someone that came back though, that is very similar, if you guys didn't know, is literally meant to be another playable version of Katana. Same thing with Melina. It's Jade. Jade came back in Mortal Kombat 11, and she was honestly one of my favorite characters to play. She just has the staff and has like this fun little aspect. It actually reminded me of Mortal Kombat 10 when we had Tanya, which was basically this other type that would have like spikes and stuff. Like it was a cool different version of the characters that I already loved, and Jade was one that we remembered from a while back. And I feel like having Jade back rounds out the roster, and it's good to have.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jade again, but with her, Cabal, and I mentioned it with Baraka too, and a few of them, it's like you see them a lot, they start to get stale. You don't want to see them get stale, so I hope they try and do something to evolutionize these characters, because Johnny Cage has been the same character for the same amount of years. She's just been older and gaining new knowledge. Like he used to be an actor. I mean, he still is an actor, but now he's a soldier actor. Like that's crazy. Like Liu Kang's character development too. So with Jade and some of these other characters, they're just feeling like so stale and so like constant the same. Like they have to do something.
They're missing that one thing,
They have such a crazy universe. There's so much to do, but I'm really interested to see these characters come back and do something more.
Well, speak about a comeback.
That's what I was about to say, my guy.
There is something that came into Mortal Kombat that we were missing for a very long time that many people were asking for, and some of these people are just beyond so excited that we got her back once. Imagine getting her back twice with Scarlet returning, the Blood Princess herself.
Was fucking crazy. Like I don't remember what game it was that Scarlet was in the last one. Bro, like she is crazy. Like she is the blood stuff. Like she is just so much fun to play as. She's just such a cool character. Like I cannot wait to see her come back. And there's someone that I hope comes with her in Mortal Kombat 12, which I'll mention a bit later on in the video. If you know the Mortal Kombat comic books with the blood and all the shit. Like Scarlet's crazy, bro, and I can't wait to see her come back because she was so enjoyable to play in Mortal Kombat.
Well, yeah, throwing blood and whatnot, but you know who was also throwing stuff? The one next, who I hope also returns. A guy that now has been in two of the installments. I would love for him to do the trifecta. confirmed to do a trilogy. Aaron Black returning, the gunslinger himself.
Gunslinger himself, making his debut in Mortal Kombat X. I think he's a return for Mortal Kombat 12. I think out of the cast, like they brought back Cassidy, they brought back Jackie, they brought back him. I don't know, there's a few other ones they could have brought back. We'll talk about that later, but like Aaron Black I would like to see come back. He feels stale already and I don't know why. Like I don't like, that's
I
just me,
feel
but,
like they need to elevate him as well. Now he's just like a Western gunslinger. Make him like, you know, this rough and tough, skull wearing, you know, just nasty, scary human being. I feel like that's what they need to go for.
Yeah, upgrading him just a little bit would just be ooh. But that's it. He's already crazy, bro. Like he's been doing damage too. Like the Mortal Kombat comic books are connected to the story. I'm pretty sure they dropped some from Mortal Kombat X explaining Aaron Black and that. Like they're just a great read. I like watched some videos on them. Like definitely check them out, please. Like they're crazy because it just expands the lore, and I know that's what Mortal Kombat would want you to do. And then another character that came in Mortal Kombat X, Devora, the little weird bug bitch, bro.
The only thing that was more fun than most of the things in this was doing her lovely up maneuver that you'd come swinging back down and putting them in a cocoon. Yes, Devora joined us in Mortal Kombat 10 and then again followed in Mortal Kombat 11. Do I think she'll be in Mortal Kombat 12? Unfortunately, I do not. But I think she'll be one of those characters that you'll see pop up here and there over time.
Didn't she die in Mortal Kombat 11?
That's the thing, though. Again, as much as I want to say she died and she won't be back because she died, I don't think it's because she died. I think they just want to have that one and done character that will eventually slip back in, kind of like a Nightwolf or like, you know, like one of these people that you see a long time ago and you're like, that was a cool character, I hope they bring them back.
You don't think she's gonna make her third
I don't. I feel like I don't, because there's another person that I think will be taking her place. And talk about taking place.
Would that be Matthew?
I'll get to
Who do you
that.
think is gonna take the almighty Devora's place?
I'll get to that soon. But let's just say it's another type of creature. So, but speak about that. Taking places, taking thrones. Kotal Khan.
Kotal Khan
Was a cool but not very well known character.
He got fucking bitched out in Mortal Kombat 11.
And to be honest, do I think he'll return? No, I don't think Kotal Khan will return in the following installment. He has passed, but that doesn't mean anything. Like I said, with Mortal Kombat, it can happen that if they die, they're written off, and sometimes it can be the complete opposite. They die and they return. But I cannot see the Sun God himself return.
No, that's it. Maybe, I think he might return, but specifically because I think they killed him off to make him come back. Because there must be a reason why he got bitched. Like here, like please look at the screen right now and watch Kotal Khan get bitched out. Like in Mortal Kombat. Like he is the sun god, bro. He was supposed to be almighty, and Shao Kahn just whipped him, bro, for no reason. Just fucking disrespected him. Bro did not need.
But that's the
I just
thing.
hope he comes back, maybe not as the sun god, and maybe he's more of a moon god. Like, I don't think he will return, but if he does, I hope that's the idea.
But you know who I'm glad who returned? You know who I'm glad who returned with the DLC that we didn't talk about, because there's 2 people, or 3 people rather, and there's several actually that we haven't talked about in regards to the DLC, that returned and are staples, that are legacy characters, and one of those being Shiva. Shiva is one of these characters that many people just glanced over at times or didn't recognize because her different model. She was a spam queen when it came to playing this game, right? And now Shiva returns. Do I think she'll return in a following installment? with the success.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No, I don't. Because I think someone who is associated with her will eventually return. And I feel like he's more well known. It's not part of my DLC. Goro, I believe, will be eventually returning rather than Shiva.
I 100% agree. I don't even personally know why they put Shiva in this one. You have Goro, you have Kataro, you have the great four-armed monsters. Why put her in? But that's just a personal opinion. Maybe more just female characters. I feel like they could have made her look a little more scary too. That's another personal opinion. But yeah, the spamming is just beyond me, bro. I'm having I remember one online lobby. I played a few. And Jesus, let me tell you, I was abused by Shiva's jumping on me constantly.
It was dangerous. It's a dangerous thing, guys. But you know who's also a dangerous guy that we won't see back? But God, I wish we could. Garrus.
Mr. Sand himself. He was a cool ass character, I'm not gonna lie.
But unfortunately, he was being taken apart in the finale of Mortal Kombat 11.
I don't think is gonna ever come back just because the way he died was so fucking brutal.
But I love to see him.
So brutal. I would love to see him back too, personally. I really, really enjoyed him. But somebody I would not mind to see come back, kind of 50-50 here is Collector. The Collector's cool. I like him.
He was odd to play. He was an odd guy to play.
Odd. Yeah, he was very weird to play. In the story, he was a very interesting little fellow too. But I think he was just made for this specific game. I don't.
That's what I get. That's exactly where I am too, Dev. You know, like we were saying in regards to the four-handed monsters that we've seen. I don't believe Collector measures up to, as you were saying before, Mintaro or Goro or Shiva or any of these guys, right? So in reality, I think Collector needs to collect somewhere else for the next game.
Unfortunately agree.
So I'm actually gonna jump a couple of people and go to Cetrion here, because the other ones we can all bunch up in another one of those groups. So do you think Cetrion, the mother, the almost Poison Ivy-esque, just this god-esque character, do you think she will be returning?
She's the mother of Gears, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then her mother is this bad bitch, or that's no, that is her. That is the bad bitch. Never mind. I'm thinking about the story again. I remember. Okay. Yes. She is a very interesting character. One of her fatality is fucking crazy. Let me just get that started. Literally ripping you apart and just pulling you back. Insane. She's a very interesting character. I would love to see her again and just have her get deep dived into. Great and interesting character. Her abilities are one of the ones that just don't feel looked over. Collector is one of the ones that you could just kind of look over. Geras is very interesting actually. Who was it? It was Kotal Khan. Not very just sun god, doesn't do really much sun stuff. Personally, he could probably do better. But this session just insane. Insane. How she is.
And that's the thing, uses all four elements, uses all sorts of cool little transition moves to hit into something else. All the brutalities, all the x-rays, incredible. And I think Cetrion would be a huge good part towards Mortal Kombat 12 in shaping this new path now after Liu Kang has now taken over Beretta.
I definitely agree. It'll be I hope maybe she'll be a big nemesis against Liu Kang coming in the next game. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna be the next big villain in the next game.
But you know who is a huge and vital part to this whole thing happening with Liu Kang?
True.
Of course, it was the Wind God. Wind God. Fujin returns.
My God, bro.
Skyrunner himself, Fujin, comes in, does some crazy things with his giant blade. Such an amazing character. I would love to see him return, and of course, with everything with Liu Kang, I think is a must.
Him and the next character, Rain, both with those elemental powers mentioned from Setsuya, wind and water. I hope both these characters come back, but I hope, again, I'm mentioning them both in the same category because there's so much with them. Rain is literally a prince. Like, he is a fucking prince, and I hope they do more on that and do more for him because he's overlooked. And Fujin is literally a wind god, the brother of Raiden.
There are people that have wanted these characters back for a very long time, and here we are reaching back in the time, grabbing people like Rain. Rain was one that everyone was sleeping on, but loved the purple ninja himself, the prince himself, the water god himself.
That guy, bro.
Rain.
He's very, very good, bro. That's exactly it. Like, both these characters need to come back. They're so important, but I just want them to dive deep more into them. They're important characters. They matter. They're not just like, look at them and hee. They're not meat. They're not meat. You guys remember meat?
You know who likes meat?
Matthew?
You know who likes meat? You know who?
Oh, no.
You know who is very important? You know who has been taken out of games, but then needed to be put back in because of the fact that she's just that damn good.
Who likes me is very important and has been taken out of games. Super B-Boy?
No.
Oh.
Some would call it tasty rather than toasty. Some may call it, you know, ripping someone apart and spitting out bones in Mortal Kombat 2.
That just sounds like a normal Saturday for me, baby.
Some may call it savagery. Some may call it the pink princess herself.
Savage is one out now. Go watch it. Sorry.
The cannibal princess, the pink pixie.
The copycat.
The copycat, but the one that's a bit more. Something's off about her. Melina,
bro. Everyone bitched for this bitch to get back into the games, and they got it. Did you just do the Hannibal Lecter sound effect?
Of course I did.
Do it again. And everyone bitched for her to get back into these games, and she fucking made it.
She ripped through
everyone.
She ate it with a nice Chianti.
Say it again.
She ate it with a nice Chianti, and you know who she ate that with? She ate it with her family member, the one right next to her, the amazing queen herself.
Okay.
The Banshee, which I can't scream right now because that's probably not a good idea.
It's quite late while we're recording this. It'd be pretty disrespectful for us to scream.
Sindel reaching back.
We'll just import Sindel screaming. Sindel, the mother of the bitch. I'm pretty sure she also died with her dumbass husband, Shao Kahn. But Sindel, bro, like,
the hair
she's
whipping,
a great character.
the
I really enjoy her.
scream.
She's one of those characters that just keeps becoming more of like a character you just hate and disrespect. Like you mentioned, the hair, the screaming. She could levitate. She has abilities, but she's doing damage. Also shown in the first Mortal Kombat film, which is something I noticed is everyone in this game, Mortal Kombat 11, was in the first ever Mortal Kombat film released way back when. And also in the second one a bit. She was in the second one, but they have everyone from the first. My point being, as Sindel, one of those characters in those films, she is amazing. Even though she's dead, I would like to see her come back because I do like her. But if she's not there, I won't be too hurt.
But you know who might get hurt? The people who may not like what we're about to say next, and these are our predictions, guys. The ones that we think are coming back. The ones that we think are going to be coming out from the wings and coming into our roster. So, Dev, we'll go down the list and we'll try and figure out who exactly we think will be joining the band of miscreants that we've already decided are going to be in Mortal Kombat 12.
Well, this is gonna be very fun to do. I cannot wait to hear what Matthew is thinking. I cannot wait to tell Matthew what I'm thinking. It's gonna be a very bumpy ride. And don't forget to comment, like we mentioned before. But now, please comment your opinions and who you think is gonna show up in the Mortal Kombat 12 video game. Also include your DLC choices, cuz guess what, baby, we really gotta predict those.
We're gonna do it all. I know we do some long videos here, guys, and we really do. But that's why. Show us some love. Show us some support. And don't forget to comment your guys' thoughts on what we are setting up for you for Mortal Kombat 12. We know it's going to be a crazy one. But let's hop into some crazy predictions. Why don't we, though?
Jump into it. Matthew, you know what? Out of respect. Because, Matthew starts with M. Mortal Kombat starts with M. You even said we should film this video tonight. I think you should start it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, I did say that Devora wouldn't be the person that I think will be joining us, but I did say another creature, and this creature is a lot similar to Melina. This creature has been one that many people are been waiting for to come back, and we love him. It's the Green Toad himself, the monster of all monsters. The dragon, some may say. But some may just call him a reptile. I think a reptile will be rejoining the group of miscreants in Mortal Kombat 12.
You almost got me there. I thought you were going to say someone else that's on my list, Matthew. You scared me there for a second, but I think Reptile would be a great addition. I was honestly shook to my fucking core when I realized he was in Mortal Kombat 11. Hurt. Like, literally, I was like, how are you not? And I still question it, because I look at the Mortal Kombat 11 and I see like the 2 empty slots beside Shang Tsung and Nightwolf and under Rambo and Melina. It just makes me question why they didn't. But I really hope Reptile is one of those people, and there's so much they could do with Reptile. He was even in the most recent movie. He was in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I think that might have been somebody else on the list. I'm not exactly sure. We'll get into that later. But that's exactly it, Matthews. I cannot wait to see that guy, bro. Reptile would be so interesting. But now that you said that, Matthew, I feel like I should mention the Reptile on my list that I kind of hope comes back into Mortal Kombat 12. But it's one of those characters that I think might just be like the Collectors, like made for that specific game. But I hope that's not the case. And that being King Onaga. King Onaga, that big flying motherfucker. That dude is just, he was so interesting back then. I remember flying above my opponents and dropping back on him and hitting him. Like, he was a fun character to play with such a cool and interesting design. I would love to see him come back in Mortal Kombat 12.
We'll speak about comebacks. You were saying in regards to Noob Saibot, and I think King, I think honestly, I think the king needs to return, of course, especially now to take over the throne, right? But one that is very similar to Noob Saibot, but some, put them back and forth. And we haven't seen him since Mortal Kombat 9. 9?
Mortal Kombat 9.
We've had fire. We've had some crazy bursts of lightning. We've had some crazy types of things, but you know what? Sometimes you just need to settle in the smoke. Smoke returning in Mortal Kombat 12, baby.
Yes, I would love LOVE. love to see Smoke back. Like, I literally, Noob Saibot and Smoke were the two characters that I always played as. They had the coolest design. Smoke is literally like, oh, I don't even want to get into it right now. But I literally love these characters. They're so much fun. Mainly when you could do that double team shit, that was so fucking fun. I would love to see Noob and Saibot either come back together or come back solo. And Smoke was somebody that was gonna put on my list. So thank you, Matt, for stealing that from me. I agree with your opinion on smoking in the game. Damn, that was gonna be the next one. You know, someone who I think that should be in these games that hasn't really been in them for like a good while, and it's Chameleon.
Ooh.
And a little bit of an underrated choice here. But like, he hasn't been in the games for a while. He's a very interesting character, and now with the new technology, I'm really curious what we can do with him. And or her, because there is Chameleon with a K, and I know Mortal Kombat is going a lot more with the female, with Cassie and Jackie being in this game, so maybe they'll bring Chameleon with a K or a C into Mortal Kombat 12.
I love
I'm really hoping for that.
I love that. It would definitely be a whole crazy adventure that I would definitely be down for. And I feel like when we talk about adventures, we tend to inch towards the people that we miss seeing. And there's one person that I miss in MK11, and I feel like he should be a part of this.
Oh.
Yes, we were talking about soul searchers, but we are also not talking about one that controls the souls, one that is a soul himself. Ermac returning
Fucking
in
Ermac.
Mortal Kombat 12.
It would be really interesting to see Ermac come back, because he's been, like, from what I understand from the comic books, is he's been doing some vile things in the books, and like, I would love to see Ermac come back and now do that shit in the games. It would be a lot of fun. That was a good Ermac would be a very good character to come back. But another character that's been doing some damage in the books that I also mentioned earlier was Scarlet, because they're a little related to that blood stuff, not the gangs, of course, I hope, but in weird blood stuff, is the motherfucking beast, his motherfucking self, the man who only does what his name is, hence why it's his fucking name, Havoc. I would love to see him back. He's an underrated character.
And they've been posting about Havoc too. They posted some things in regards to in the game Mortal Kombat 11. There was little nameplates and whatnot about this whole Havoc that's going to be reigning on, you know, who is going to be happening in MK12. I can only wait to see him pull off all that chaos and that havoc on everyone. I can definitely see Havoc returning in MK.
Been teasing him, and I would love to see him return.
But when you talk about returns, there is one person that, you know, everyone was saying the master of this, the master of that, the god of this, the god of that, but no one has been saying Quan Chi, baby, and it rips me apart not saying his name.
Not even having Shang Tsung and not Quan Chi, two men that literally killed Liu Kang. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. They killed that man, and now he's a god. Now, what if Quan Chi came back in Mortal Kombat 12? Like, that's a good point. Man. That was a really good statement. That was a crazy duo between Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. I'd love to see Quan Chi come back. I'm surprised they haven't even used him in the movies. He's such a good character and an underrated one at that. You made such a good point. You made me speechless. I feel like I have to make a better point now. And I feel like I need to You know what, Matthew? You know, I made a statement before during the Mortal Kombat 11 portion of this where we're assuming about that, and I said Aaron Black and Devore would be good into this game. If Devore is not dead, that is, fine. But Aaron Black and Devore are two characters that have something similar. They came from Mortal Kombat X. That's great. Good for them. You know who also was in Mortal Kombat X? Cicada and Kung Jin.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure it's his name. If not, it's corrected on the screen. I'm picking two people right now. Let's replace Aaron Black and Devore with Takeda and Kung Jin.
I love how you brought up Mortal Kombat 10 because I have two as well from there that you haven't said, but I'd love to bring them back as well if we could. If we're making this the biggest roster and we're making predictions, why not throw everything at the wall, right? Well, we're talking about two other people. Now, there's a nice blind guy, if you guys remember him. He did this whole thing with his sword and whatnot. I believe his name's Keisha?
Who? Keisha?
Something like that. I'm gonna double check that information. If I'm wrong or if I'm right, that will show on the screen right now.
You mean Kenshi?
Kenshi, that's the name. Thank you.
That's the motherfucking guy. Kenshi, the dude who trained him, and who I just mentioned, Takeda. Or is that his son? I don't remember.
No, Takeda is Scorpion's son.
Oh, Scorpion's son? So yeah, Kenshi trained home.
But you know who
and that's
we were
Scorpion's
talking
son, even more reason.
You know who we also haven't been talking about, but would be a very nice little tidbit with Cetrion if she's coming back? Another guy that was throwing stuff around that became this whole earthly presence that we only saw in one game, but I'd love to see him back. Tremor.
Oh.
Tremor returns.
The thing that is painful is Tremor is one of those original ninjas. He was one of the original color swap ninjas. Same with Chameleon, if I'm correct. So it would be great to see Tremor back, baby. It would be insane to see him back. There's one more person I can think off the top of my head that I would really like to see. Actually, there's two. But I think that they were really well combined in a great way to be Tribot, technically. Cyrax, Sector. Now, instead of Tribot, let's just do Cyrax and Sector. Let's just fuse them together instead. We can still do Tribot, maybe, if you want to do that. But Tribot was the Sub-Zero one as well, which that was not, that was game specific. So now let's just fuse Mustard and Ketchup, and let's just make it, baby. Let's just bring that character back with something new, something creative. It'll be great to see him.
It would be.
Them.
It definitely would be, and I think that's what we've been missing, guys. We've been missing some of these amazing characters, but overall, I think this has been an incredible little prediction video, but there's always people that we haven't even touched yet, because the DLC is usually the best part of all these things, and here we are now going to tell you guys exactly what we think for DLC.
See, baby, yes, the downloadable content. Unfortunately, you'll maybe need to pay for, but who really knows? Matt, you brought it up. You gotta tell me, who's your first DLC?
Ooh, I mean, there's a couple of people. I'm gonna start off with my horror bunch. So, we have had a couple of people speculate about this person, speculate about that person, but why does no one talk about someone that I think would scare the crap out of people and also would have some pretty cool fatalities, especially when we already had a weird clown in one of these? Why not add the scary clown himself? Why not add Stephen King's It? Pennywise.
Stephen King's It. Pennywise. That'd be crazy.
A little balloon, little thing like this.
Oh my god, his fatalities, his gameplay, that would be...
He'd munch people, he'd be eating people. eating kids.
We were talking about eating with Melina, and I think he would be just fucking violating everyone in this game. Oh, brother. That's a really good. That's a good one. I don't even know what to say. I think I'll continue off what you're saying. You know, with a killer, with a horror character, someone that's been someone that was even supposed to be teased for Mortal Kombat 11 and has a movie coming out soon. He's not in it, but maybe he might be in this game. That is Ash Williams of Evil Dead fame. He was teased heavily for Mortal Kombat 11. Literally had game files in it, but because of everything, he didn't come out. So maybe Mortal Kombat 12 is that game. Who knows?
Well, I think Ash Williams has been a constant that people want to have in the game, and I think Ash, it would only make sense for him to now join the group in Mortal Kombat 12, like 100%. For me, though, there's one other character that I would love to see. Don't know if they'd ever do it. We did kind of get a couple of people like Jason, like Leatherface. These guys that you can never knock them down. And there's one that constantly just changes personas, but still has that mask, and it will always be that staple. And it's one that we are seeing very soon in their movie coming up as well. And Dev, I know you love this guy.
Of course. The butcher wielding knife man himself, bro.
Hello, Sydney. Yes, I think
Yes,
Ghostface himself will be coming in to Mortal Kombat 12 with a nice little ringtone, a nice latch. Who knows? We might even get a nice, jab to the neck. Some crazy fatalities. He's a little bit of a butcher himself. He's done some crazy things. So let's see if Ghostface can rip in.
I'm excited already for the Scream movie, Scream 6 or Scream 5. Which Scream are we at?
6.
Scream 6. Scream 6. There's so many. I cannot wait for that movie coming soon. Can't wait to go see it. It's gonna be crazy. With that though, there's another movie that's coming out this year that we're gonna be seeing. It's the 4th of that movie, of that series, and that is John Wick. I would love to see him in Mortal Kombat 12. Just thinking about him, standard man like Rambo, fighting off against all these fucking demons and creatures, telling him they get over here and shooting lasers at him. It's gonna be insane. And I would love to see John Wick's crazy, funky-ass fatality with a pencil. That would be mental.
That's the thing. We have many of people that can come in as action stars as well. You know, we've had many action stars grace our screens, but one that many people have been jumping over most recently, especially, is, like you said, John Wick, right? This whole, crazy action star type beat. But one that many people haven't been talking about for years now, but I'd love to see them come back in this, is the main character in Die Hard himself. Bruce Willis's character himself. You know, going with the guns, going with everything. Can you not see that, Dev?
John, it would be crazy to see John from Die Hard. I don't remember his last name. It would be
John McClane himself.
to see
yes.
John McClane. Thank you. It'd be great to see him right now. I know Bruce Willis isn't in great condition, but it'd be great to see him in play as him in the upcoming Mortal Kombat.
We had Rambo. Why can't we get?
Why can't we get Die Hard? It would be great. But honestly, Matthew, the upsetting thing is I know we could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, and hopefully we will be able to do that again in the future, as we'll be dropping more videos on Mortal Kombat 12. But let us know if you enjoyed this video. We definitely enjoyed making. We definitely enjoy Mortal Kombat enough to talk about it. So let us know what you think again in the down below. Who do you think is going to be it? Do you agree? And what do you think is coming up for Mortal Kombat? More content with a K definitely coming to this channel for sure.
And with that, this has been a fatality on you, because now is time to go to the next round, and that next round is going to be Mortal Kombat 12, and what you guys think. And if we have a bit of things to go against each other, well, I guess we're just going to have to fight it out on Mortal Kombat 12 when it comes out, which we don't even know anything about it yet. But when we do know,
we just know what's coming.
Know what's coming to more mad views with some Mortal Kombat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this amazing journey. We cannot wait to continue it with you.
Wait. No, we can't. And we cannot. Please subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment and share with all of your friends. Give your input, please.
And don't forget to see our vision.
Yes, sir. Matthew, I kind of want to watch Mortal Kombat now. We should watch.